Ladies and gentlemen, this is the professional MMA bout held in the men's 145-pound featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This warrior stands at 5 feet, 9 inches tall, weighing in at 145.8 pounds. Fighting out of Caguas, Puerto Rico. Representing MMA Gym Puerto Rico. Help me welcome Fransico Muniz. Introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This warrior stands at 5 feet, 7 inches tall, weighing in 146.8 pounds. Fighting out of Newark, New Jersey, by way of Minas Gerais, Brazil. Representing Renzo Gracie, New York City. Help me welcome Eli Evangelista. And when the action begins, your third person inside the cage and your referee for this contest, Keith Peterson.
Keith Peterson, the third man in the cage for your first pro MMA fight, comes in the featherweight division. Evangilista in the red corner, the blue corner for Fransico Muniz. And here we go. We stance switching from Evangilista, trying to give Muniz a different look.
Yeah, Eli with the center control, which we're used to him doing, controlling a fight, and this is how you start.
Eli's so dynamic, and the way he's able to switch stances. You'll see as the fight builds, he starts to disguise his switches through combinations too.
Muniz is 14 years older than Eli Evangelista, 38 years old in fight night. Nice combination from Evangelista into the clinch.
Yeah, it's a little bit of the dynamic stuff D-Rock was alluding to, you know, just comboing that mixed martial arts in a perfect sense.
Yeah, in Eli's pro debut against Gavin Leith, he did a lot of effective work from this position here in the clinch. He gives you a lot of different dilemmas to think about. Setting up that takedown in tight on the waist.
A cage grab from Fransico Muniz. Keith Peterson stops the action.
Grabbed it 3 times. Keith right away taking a point.
Yeah, that's the no-nonsense of Keith Peterson. Immediately takes the point.
More referees need to employ that.
Evangelista just show of respect, says no harm, no foul.
Yeah,
back to the action.
No harm, but there was a foul.
There was a foul, yes.
I think that speaks to the confidence of Eli, like, all right, I'll get it again. Don't worry about it.
Eli just gives you so much to think about, you know. Even in that 45 seconds up on the cage, Eli got right to his waist, threatened the takedown, but you see, he's always got you working on 2 dilemmas. He's throwing punches while deep on the hips.
Yeah, Fransico, to his credit, staying in there. I don't love the hands low, though.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Alex. I was just about to mention that.
Intriguing style matchup when these two fighters describe their style. Evangelista, a bully, and for Muniz, he says he fights like an endangered species.
I don't know what that means.
Eli called himself a bully, huh?
Yes.
I think he's way too polished to be a bully, but I'll let him have it.
I'll take the bully side, the endangered species. I think he's trying to say he's a little death, like he doesn't stop. We got a little blood coming down.
Can't tell if that's from Eli or not.
I think that's from Eli.
It is from Eli. Looks like a cut on the right side of his face.
Was that a head clash on, on the
head
entrance to the takedown?
Believe so.
Either a head clash or maybe Eli's head hit his hip on the takedown. That's the only thing I could think of. But it does appear to be cracked him open pretty well.
Yeah, Eli is landing, though, right now.
Even though it might be his own, though, he smells blood in the water.
I think that also just awakes a sense of urgency in Eli, like, hey, let me make sure this ends this round. Because with a head wound, you know, D-Rock, you know, those just bleed nonstop.
Yeah, they look a lot worse than they really are.
Especially when it's on the scalp.
Yeah, it bleeds crazy, and it's not that bad, but you still don't want to have a doctor say, like, hey, that's too bad.
Not a great defensive posture so far out of Muniz. He's working his way back to the feet.
I still want to see where this cut really is.
Balance from Muniz, denies the takedown.
Eli using that head position beautifully, smearing a little bit more blood onto Muniz.
I was going to say, that's looks like they're getting ready for the Halloween show coming up.
It reminds me of Luke Rockhold when he smeared the blood up against Paulo Costa.
Yeah. Oh, good
Nice
elbow.
Again, I'm not loving this hands low because you're getting caught throughout the fight.
Yeah, good gamesmanship from Muniz, but, you know, not great defensively.
Slip on the head kick from Evangelista.
Slipping in his own blood.
Yeah. Right back to the clinch.
Look at the dilemmas Eli presents, right? He's immediately threatening that takedown, and Muniz from before was bringing his hands up, worrying about getting peppered with some shots, and that allowed the takedown to happen that much easier. Eli's always attacking on multiple levels. Eli's trying to pull him away from the cage here. Smart move.
It moves into full mount. 40 seconds to work for Evangelista here.
Yeah, Eli's dripping blood. It looks like, I think it's on his forehead right above his eyebrow.
The blood doesn't seem to be bothering him, though. You saw him smiling.
Muniz looking for some way to come out of this tough situation. Final seconds of round one.
Muniz's mouth is wide open. He's exhausted already.
Yeah, and I do believe I see swelling on the right eye of Muniz.
Oh, big right hand.
Some big strikes for Eli Evangelista at the end of round one here on Fubo Sports. Take a look at some of these replays here. The big ground and pound right on the chin of Muniz as well.
Yeah, and that's when we started seeing more blood pour out. And the doctor having a look right now at Eli Evangelista. But his corner doing a great job of closing that up.
Back for the second round of Fransico Muniz against Eli Evangelista. Doctor took a look at the cut on the face of Evangelista in between rounds.
Doctor was also looking at the eye of Fransico. As you guys see there, that swelling on that right eye, it's insane right now.
Something I've never, ever seen before was at the end of the round, Muniz got up and checked Eli's cut himself. Never seen anybody do that before.
Hats off to him. I think he felt bad. You know, it's an accidental shot, so he was like, hey, like, I'm really sorry about that. Eli, like, dude, it's fine. Like
Yeah.
We'll talk about it afterwards.
Yeah. Now's not the time.
Yeah, we'll be friends after the fight's over, dog.
Talk about it during the after party at NY Axe Throwing.
Good cage work by Eli Evangelista, keeping that pressure with him and doing a really good job, even with the cut, of pressing his head forward like a spear.
That right eye swelled up like a balloon for Muniz.
I love that about Eli, right? It doesn't matter what the position is. If he's up on the cage or down on the ground, Eli uses his head as a weapon. You know, he's always utilizing his head for great position.
All right, so looking at it now, I'm pretty sure I see the cut. It's on the side of his head. That's why it's bleeding so much. Tiny cut, but just in a terrible spot.
The forehead
Yeah.
bleeds like a sieve no matter what.
Especially when you got the blood pumping during a fight.
Eli with that body lock is money. He can't miss tonight with that. That's a great position, you know, because Eli, like I said, he's able to do a lot of damage. He's able to threaten a takedown and score offensively, peppering Muniz with punches.
Muniz went 4-1 as an amateur. His low and loss was in his debut loss because of a cut.
Ooh.
Eli tried to sneak that elbow in there, just barely, just grazing him with it.
He's looking for the body lock takedown again, but bounced by Muniz, denies.
Muniz is not really working at all to get off the cage here. He just started.
That rocked him. You got to pick up your hands there, Fransico. There you go.
That one got through the guard from the Enzo Gracie student in Evangelista. They picks him up, puts him down.
Yeah,
See Eli, look, with that head position, beautiful. Pinning his head on Muniz's jaw, keeping him pinned down and killing his hips.
Muniz now has a cookie under his left eye, so both eyes are beginning to swell right on the cheekbones.
Evangelista, former Flex amateur champion, both bantamweight and featherweight.
Eli's going to pass here.
You know, interesting enough, you almost want to keep them in half guard because you can kind of keep them pinned against the cage here and just pepper them with shots.
Yeah, well, when he got to his feet there, I was expecting him to pass there.
Yeah.
But he chose to go back into side control. Some people do prefer side control. You know, it's for MMA, it's the best dynamic offensive position on the ground.
Yeah, if you can kind of just keep him in this force half guard, you can pin him there. Even if he tries to get up there, you can keep passing, use that, and keep throwing down shots. And he can't throw up a ton of jiu-jitsu. You can't go K-guard there, or you try and roll out because you'll give up your back like so.
No hooks in here for Evangelista.
Muniz is having a rough second round here.
Yep, now he's
full
in
mount.
Oh, he's slipping right out.
Good escape, but beautiful transition by Eli.
The swelling on his face is getting ridiculous. Look at that left cheekbone.
Has a black belt under Renzo Gracie, so he is well-versed and experienced in these ground transitions.
Look over the cage right now. Check out that cheekbone, guys. It is insane.
Yeah, that thing is.
Look at that mouth,
looks like a fractured orbital bone.
I was going to say the same, dog, because that swelling is not anything normal I've seen. Look at that.
It's just a big target for the ground and pound of Eli Evangelista.
Yeah, Eli's just on cruise control right now.
Credit to Fransico. My man is staying in there. That's that Puerto Rican heart. He's going to keep driving forward.
Under a minute to go here in round 2.
The combination punches from Eli Evangelista, man, and he gets better every single fight. This is one of the things that I love most about him. Volume, volume, volume. Never just one punch from Eli. Muniz has really got to start to get some urgency to try to get himself off the cage. Oh, big left hand.
Another one as he goes for the takedown, gets him down again.
Man, and this pace, the pace that Eli is putting on him is unbelievable.
Round 3 of this pro MMA feature coming up. Take a look at some of these replays from the second round. Now you got to consider, we know the first was a 10-8 because of the point deduction for the cage grab, but is that also a 10-8 round?
I think it's going to be a 10-9 because while Fransico was getting dominated, he was still defending. He's still, getting up. So I think they'll go 10-9. I think it's going to take a lot more. It's very hard to get a 10-8 without a point deduction. It's super hard to get a 10-8.
Yeah. Not enough damage. Don't get me wrong.
Round 3 of this pro MMA feature, a sign of respect between Fransico Muniz and Eli Evangelista. Let's see if either fighter can get a finish.
I would love to see Eli open up on the feet here.
Oh, goes up top with a kick. Then to the body.
I'd like to see him back Muniz up on the cage again and not take him down. Just let his hands go. He'd be able to finish, in my opinion.
Fransico loving those leaping shots, but they're not landing.
Yeah, Muniz hasn't really offered anything counter-punch-wise either, He hasn't answered any of the strikes that Eli's thrown. No counters. That's why I'd like to see Eli just continue to let his hands go here. No need to even try to take this fight back to the ground.
Right hook from Evangelista. Another one as they break. Jumping kick to the body. Switch kick to the head. He's just having fun with his bag of tricks. And a big breath from Muniz after that.
Muniz, he's game, he's tough, but he's not offering anything for Eli to worry about.
That's some good head movement. But again, defensive work, nothing much on the offense.
Yeah, there's no barrier to entry here for Eli. Eli can let his hands go. He doesn't have to worry or think twice about throwing extended combinations, nothing.
Look, I can't never discard his heart. He's got a ton of heart. He's staying in there. He's doing his best, but I need him to throw more, especially, they got to know you're down 2 rounds.
Heart and the chin as a jumping knee from Evangelista got through.
In my opinion, Keith Peterson can stop this at any moment. If Eli backs him up on the cage and just keeps throwing, he'll give Keith Peterson all the incentive he needs to stop this fight.
Peterson's taking a very close look.
Well, I mean, there's nothing coming back his way. I don't know that Muniz has thrown a single punch, and Eli's probably thrown off about 30.
Yeah, especially in this last minute or two. I don't think Francisco's throwing anything right now.
No.
See if Evangelista pushes for the finish or if he wants to weather a full 15 minutes. Step-in elbow just missed.
Jesus, man.
Oh, cracking left.
Swollen, bro. I think both his eyes are on
Stop
the
the
verge of
fight here,
shutting.
Keith.
Yeah,
Stop this fight.
Another close look from Keith Peterson here.
No, man. I think this should be stopped.
This fight could be over. I mean, he's not offering anything offensively. I mean, is this intelligent defense? I don't know.
No, man. I think he's eating too much damage, dog. Both those eyes are almost completely shut. No question, he has the heart of a lion, bro.
Not questioning the heart, but in my opinion, this
I'm with you.
Save him from himself at this point.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. He's like I'm saying, he's got the heart of a lion, but I don't think he right now is defending himself in a smart way.
Some more blood spattered on our notes over here as there's a big strike
big
from
right
Evangelista.
elbow.
It's kind of hard to watch.
I love the way Eli sets those elbows up.
Another left from Evangelista. Switches to the right.
You see the way he disguises his stance change off behind that combination.
Almost mid-combination.
Looking like TJ Dillashaw. And I just got blood splattered all over me.
Whose blood, I wonder?
That's a good question. Oh, another big right hand from Evangelista.
What a beautiful setup. The angle that Eli was able to create there and land that left hand.
Just landing at will.
What a performance from Eli Evangelista. There's a guy who never disappoints, ever. You want to watch some good MMA? You buy a ticket anytime Eli Evangelista's fighting.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh,
Another elbow.
I love the way Eli sets that elbow up in the clinch. There's no questioning Muniz's heart.
1-2 from Evangelista lands. "30 seconds here in this pro MMA feature.
Nice slip. And he catches two for his trouble.
Oh, spinning back fist.
Right into a takedown.
And he got it.
I almost feel like that the takedown was done. Oh,
I'm looking for a late choke.
I think Eli wants that finish.
a little late in the round.
Can't get it.
Go to the judges' scorecard for our decision. The judges scored the contest 30-23, 30-24, and 30-24 with the winner by unanimous decision, Eli Evangelista.